Okay, so hello, good morning. My name is Marolda Bruta. I'm working at FINSA. I will start doing a very short introduction of our company since you already know us. Then I will explain what is our state right now in digitalization in the company and how this project helps us to figure out where we are and what we have to do to reach the Industry 4.0, for example. So FINSA is a small company founded here in Terrassa in 1978. We are part of a Swedish group, which is a job group, and we are also part of AEI Association since 2018. Sorry. We are specialized in the production of technical textiles for industrial filtration. And in the company, we have a turnover of more than 40 million euros a year, and we export our product to 40 countries. We also have in our factory a vertical process since starting from the weaving of the fabric. We have more than 25 looms to the final make filter. So to obtain the filters, we have two thermofixing machines, two calendars, one thermofixing machine, two calendars, two lasers for cutting, and a confection department. To obtain this kind of fabric, what we want to do is to have a stretch contact with the company to offer the best product. So to do this, what we are sending to the client is a questionnaire where they can give us information about the process. And then in our laboratory, we can perform the filtration. We have a pilot filter press. So in this project, the first step we done was to do a self-evaluation. With this self-evaluation, we knew where we are. So in the company, we have two ERP programs. The first one is AS400 from IBM. We implemented it in 1992 in the company. It collects all the data from the customers, from the suppliers, and then we have another program which is SenderWin. This one was customized just for FINSA, taking information from AS400, and in this way we can have more information about the production and the quality process. We can update which fabric are producing, the articles, etc. So from the AS400, we have also information from the financial department and from the sales and sourcing department. And SenderWin is only for production and quality. So what we should do regarding the topic 2, what we should do to improve our digitalization in the company. We have many points. For example, the first one is to improve the communication. We should have a connected warehouse to update the stocks, the quantities of fabric which is left. Well, we should also introduce sensorization in our weaving looms. This will give us information, direct information to the computer, and we will be able to know how many meters have been woven, how many meters are left, which defect was detected. It will be also interesting for us to reach this Industry 4.0 to have machines or weaving looms which could make decisions. if we have woven a kind of fabric in one weaving loom and we detect that it was more suitable for another one, so the machine could take the decision and assign one weaving loom for each article. Then it could be interesting for us to have traceability of the fabric. It could be like an ADN of DNA of each fabric to know where, in which weaving loom it was woven, how many meters was done, to which client it was sent, and give us more information about, like a DNA of each fabric. So this is mainly the point that we basing us on this project, the point we think that could be improved in our company to reach the Industry 4.0. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. My name is Jordi Mota. I am the R&D manager at Isima. Isima is a company that we produce warp knitting fabrics mainly. It's a company that more or less 15 years ago we changed our mind. We make a change in our machines, and we start to produce special fabrics. And now it's our main product, special fabrics, and then also keten fabrics to make the loop fabrics, typical for the hook and loop fabrics. Well, when we started. Before to start to talk about the project, I just want to make just a few words about our, let me say, digital strategy. I don't know if it's a very focused strategy, because as we will see, then I think it's the most important point to have a good defined digital strategy, digitalization strategy. So in our case. I think it was in 2020, thanks to IE Textiles, we start a first, let me say, a first self-assessment. Well, a self-assessment, and also with a collaboration with another partner to see where we were in terms of digitalization. Because as you know, in your companies, you have a lot of data. I don't know, maybe just people when starts working day. I don't know what is your system, but maybe you have to put your card and you say, okay, I start to work. So this is one of the first data that you have on your company. But then, at least, if you are a knitting producer, you have lots of looms. That looms, of course, it has PLCs and other electronic devices that controls everything. And the data exists, but the problem that we had at that moment is that, okay, the data exists, but we didn't do anything with that data. So it was a little bit, a little bit difficult to understand what we had to do and what we wanted to do. So this is why we start to make an assessment, the same case that FinSA. So in that, we will see then I think in the first topic 1 in digital maturity, that there are several kind of maturity assessment programs or softwares or apps or something like that to see what is your point. And we saw that we had a company at that moment, a company with the possibility to grow up in terms of digitalization. But we were a little bit lost on how to do it. And this is why we think also that this kind of projects, and I take advantage to say thank you to all the partners of the project, because we think that it's a very good idea to make these projects, because as I know, in our industry, in textile industry, yes, we have we have lots of data to make it possible, but we're a little bit lost on how to do it. So in our case, we started with that, and then we defined it more or less three main projects. One of them on the knitting plant, the second one on the finishing plant, and the other one on the dyeing plant. It's the same facility, the dyeing and finishing, but we divided in three different projects. The idea was, it's easy. I just want to make a few words just to understand. For example, it's very similar than Marolda told us. it's very similar because we started in the knitting plant because we had one of the main problems in the knitting plant that it's you have to stop it, you have to make changes. Maybe you have problems in one beams, and some years ago the product manager the first work that he had to do is see all the looms, take notes. Okay, this is more or less on the middle. This one on the, and this is also the data is on. So the first step we had is keep this data and analyze this data, and now our system is capable to understand what's the specific finishing time of each loom. So we can connect it to the order from our customers, and now we are more faster than some years ago. The next step that we want to do in next years is that data. We are looking for a software or something like that can help us. But we have this data, and we want that this data it's managed by the software, and you can see directly on our ERP. We are doing also like a dashboard, let me say, to see what is the state of the manufacturing. In the knitting, in the finishing and dyeing plant, we introduce also some sensors on the machines to get more data. For example, in our standard, we introduce a weight control, also humidity control, temperature control in each chamber of the standard and direct on the fabric. And in this case, it's more focused on the quality. So we have a specific report with all the parameters that involve at the end on the quality to help us to make decisions faster and, let me say, more in the good way. As you know, as more data you have, of course the final decisions will be better. So this is more or less what we are doing. And finally, on the dyeing plant, it's similar, and in this case, it's more related in the control of the dosage of any formulation that we have. Some years ago, it was also directly pumped to the jets and to the autoclaves, but now the formulation is also controlled by let me say, machine for dosage. And in this case, all the formulas are introduced, so the workers just have to put, okay, this fabric needs that formula, so they put the formula on the software, and the software is capable to keep all the auxiliaries and the dyes and everything that is needed on the formula. So we are trying to go more to the digital or to the Industry 4.0. Because as we will see now on the I think it was on topic 1, I saw a sentence that it was, I don't know if it was on the topic 1, maybe on in topic 3, yeah. It was a sentence that I liked, that more or less it's if you have more data, you have information. If you have information, you have knowledge, and if you have knowledge, you have or you are smarter. So this is why we are trying to control all the data that we have on the company. Next step is collect them and treat them with a specific software that we are looking for now. More or less, this is our state. So I don't know, maybe, and we can go on with So in D4Tex we saw in the industry training. In industry training, you have here all the materials, and then when you enter in all the materials, you see this screen, and in this screen, it was really nice, and I answer when D4Tex asked us for our opinion. The first thing that I told, it's what I like it more, it's the topics that you choose, because I think it's very easy for the company. If you have no idea about digitalization and what's the way that you have to follow, it's very easy to see in this topic what do you need. So we can see the topic 1 is talking about the digital maturity, then the new business models. The topic 3 is the data acquisition and visualization. Topic 4 is data analytics and artificial intelligence. Topic 5, smart maintenance. This is also very important. We will talk about it. And topic 6, the collaborative robotic systems. Just a general opinion about the course, and I think it's very interesting for the companies. I think that maybe it's needed to go in depth in some topics to improve better the knowledge that we had. But I think that it's very interesting to keep the first idea and what we have to follow, or what we have to focus to understand what we need in our companies. So I think, I don't know if you do it, but I encourage you to go on these topics and read the presentations, also the videos, and then for your own, of course, investigate more or less, or go in depth in that topics. Entrem un per un, més o menys. Entrem a dintre, sí? Per veure? Sí. Just to see what will you found it. For example, all the topics has the same presentation, so you will see several slides. It depends on the topic. And well, in this topic, I want just to make a comment, because as I told you before, I think it's the most important point. If you really want to make this change and go to the industrialization or digitalization, Industry 4.0, and this to define the strategy. But to define the strategy, I think that maybe this is the most difficult in our industry, because it's needed leadership. In our case, of course, it's not a problem if not we weren't here. But yeah, we have the leadership to go on, but it's difficult because of let me say, the other 2 points, the institutional and also the knowledge, because of course we have not the knowledge to go on. We need now we need partners, or maybe we have to change the skills of the next workers in our industry. So it could be also the solution. And in terms of institutional, as you know, we are on an industry that we are changing now the workers, but it's difficult to convince them that these changes, it's not for control them, and it's for control better the process, and it's to take profit all of us. So for the workers, it's a little bit difficult. It's something that we are trying to work with them and explain better. And in our case, I think that we are on a good way. But at the beginning, it was really difficult. I think it was one of the points more difficult to convince them that these solutions, it's for a profit of all for all the company. But yes, on the topic, you can find several points. In this case, the first topic is about the digital maturity, and you will see different maturity models, as I told you before also. And also other initiatives that you can help you to go on that process. For example, I can talk about my own experience. I think that also Fins participate on Change to Twin. And it was very interesting because it's Change to Twin. It's a project that it's divided into phases. Let me say, one of the assessment, that you get the assessment of your company, and then you make the deployment to implement the solutions that could help you. So yeah, you will find different tools and different initiatives to go to the smart industry, and I think it's very interesting to have an overall idea. Well, on topic 2, you will see new business models. And first of all, just some figures to understand why is important digital transformation. Of course, the data studies from private or maybe public institutions, but there are a lot of people that go on the same thing. So as you can see, I think there is a yes, it's there. This sentence, I think that it's very important to understand why is important, and also you will find with different numbers, of course, but the same problematic in your own companies. So in our case, it's a problem, or was a problem. Now we are reducing that numbers, that figures, but at the beginning, scrapping or reworking process, it's typical in our industry, and if you get the numbers on the table and to the direction people, is when they say, okay, we need to make a change. So this sentence from 2015, the top 100 European manufacturers could save an estimated of 160 billion in the cost of scrapping and reworking. It's a lot. It's too much. It's too much money. So this is the most important. And then the other thing that I think that is very interesting on that topic is this one that I told you also before, that maybe we have to change the let me say, how to say, the skills of the people that will work on that on the next textile industry, focused on digitalization. With digitalization, we will increase the profitability, also the plant utilization, because if you can work if everything is automatized, so you can make a different layouts to take profit of your company. You can change it, and also the staff is reduced. The staff is reduced because you can make automation, and then you can move, for example, pieces from one side to the other side without people. You need less people because the data is get automatically, but of course, we will change the skills. So this is why maybe we will decrease the typical workers, but we will need workers with better skills to work better in that new industry. This is more or less that you will find in this topic. Okay, topic 3 is about data acquisition and visualization, and on that topic you will see different electronic devices that you can implement on your companies to get data. Just a few look. Here is important, maybe the most common is PLCs, but I think that we will change it, the industry, will change to the IoT, because, well, it seems that it could be better, because normally in our companies everyone has different needs, so I think that could be more interesting to define a software just for the need of the company. So I think that could be better to work with free software or open source softwares. So it seems that maybe could be an alternative, but of course now the most common is the PLC. But there are other kind of there are other kind of embedded electronics that could help us. This is in this topic is one of the topics that I told you that I think that maybe it will be necessary to go in depth maybe in the future. Just to understand what can we do with these sensors, because we have a few idea that what can we put in our machines, but we really don't know the difference between them. So in my case, I'm not an electronic engineer, so it's very difficult to me and understand what's the difference between them. So maybe it could be interesting to go in depth in this kind of solutions, and of course, if it's possible to see, let me say, some success cases implementing this kind of solutions. But yeah, on that topic you will see that alternatives that we have, and here is an example from Takumi Precision. that in the first slide you see a whiteboard where they define all the cuttings that they need to do, and after the implementing the sensorization and so on, they have it everything on a screen, all with better data, and also with that data, so they take advantage to make some plots and so on that help them in terms of make decisions. This is the same that we are doing in our company. So as I told you, as more data you have, and if you can analyze them, you can make a better and faster decision. So then yeah, in the topic 4, it's related to data analytics and artificial intelligence. On that case, yeah, it was more. Okay. It's just understand how the artificial intelligence can help us. In our case, our strategy, it's as I told you, we are trying to get the data, but in the future, the idea is that the software have the possibility to understand possible problems, or to take advantage and avoid that problems, because if you have several processes defined and registered, then you know that you have that data, and then it happens. So the software is capable to understand what will happen if you have the same data on the process. So the idea is that that software can prevent that problems, and yeah, this is so all the topic is related to the artificial intelligence to help the analyzing that data. Then in topic 5, it's related to the smart maintenance and smart industrial control systems. This is also very important because, as you know, here is other thing that we are looking for. These are different systems that you can introduce in your company in terms of software, and related to the maintenance is very important, because you will see some companies, and I don't know if you went to some with Gremi Tèxtil to Portugal some months ago. But some of the companies show us the maintenance program, and it was very interesting because they found it that yeah, you know, maybe the typical it's okay, we will make the maintenance on August because we are on vacation, and then we make the maintenance of the center and so on. But they found it that really taking the data from their machines and see a register of incidences or stops because of problems of the machine, they could make a prevention of that problems, and they make it a different plan of maintenance. But the maintenance was defined directly for the software. The software know it where it was possible to get a new problem. So defining all of them, of course, you need all the motor controllers and so on. You can avoid it, and you can make just an adjustment before the problem appears. So it's very important, and of course, I'm not an expert, so I don't know what is needed to do it. But here we have the information that we can share with our colleagues in our companies, and try to find some partners that can help us to make that prediction. Well, it's everything. It's related to the drive controllers and the network that you need to have all the data, and then the supervision with the SCADA. SCADA is just the supervisory control and data acquisition. That it's the software that get all the data. This is something that is something similar that we use it on our dyeing plant. And it's very useful because you can see in every point what's happening. And yeah, and finally, and this, yeah, those, I see. Topic six is, yeah, it's a collaborative robotic systems. This, well, it's a video. I think that it's not needed to show, but it's a video that you can see a company that uses a robotic. Maybe this is far away from our company, but of course we thought about it at the beginning when you make your vision about the company, in terms of, for example, in our case, of if some of you have workers, you know that prepare all the bobbins, it's a very a very heavy work, and one of the possible robotic system that we can use is it's a robot that can prepare all the workers. This is something that maybe could be on next years. I saw something similar in last Tèxtil and also in last ITMA. I think that it's something that it's not very common, but I think that could be possible in the future. And finally, digitalization of production. This is also a video. I think that it was a presentation about some people, and it's related about let me say, just to summarize, maybe to the idea to have the digital twin of your production. That finally, I think that it's the most important thing in digitalization. So if you have this digital twin about your production, you know what is happening at this moment, and then you can make better decisions and faster decisions, and at the end the decisions, or yeah, some years, maybe in 10 years or 20 years, I don't know, the software will keep will have the responsibility to make that decisions, because at least they have the data. So I don't know, we will see. I think it's very interesting. I encourage you to go on the training program and try to understand everything. And I think that you will see some problems or some difficulties to understand something, because I have not the knowledge in the case of the embedded electronics. And I am not an expert, so it's very difficult to understand what can they do. But you have a general idea that what you have to do if you want to go to this digitalization way. And more or less, this is quite a fun in that project.
Thank you very much.